Okay, we got the, this is the mold. I painted it blue, not because I wanted blue, but because I wanted to cure the fiberglass that's on here. This was made with laminating resin. And what that means is there's no wax in the resin itself. And I'll explain that. What happens is if you're using laminating resin, that means you're going to be putting more than one layer of fiberglass on something. And you want each layer to stick to the previous layer. So you buy the, it's called laminating resin or laminating gel coat or no wax gel coat if it's the first layer. So that you can build up the layers and each layer will stick chemically to the previous layer and you don't have to sand in between. If you get finishing resin, or let me show you a little say on here. See there it says laminating. Put it right here. It says laminating. Well, they crossed out with a magic marker that says finishing. So it's laminating resin, which means this resin does not have any wax in it. So what happens is you do your first layer, there's no wax. It's, even though it feels dry after a couple of hours, it feels dry, but chemically it is still wet. So the next layer will stick onto it. If you you can, I don't, but you can put finishing resin as the last layer. Fiberglass with finishing resin. There's wax in the resin, the wax floats to the top and creates a film and prevents the air from getting at the resin. When you do that, when there's no air that can get at the resin will finally cure all the way and it'll be dry to the touch and dry chemically. No, because I didn't have any wax resin, you just paint it. Just spray some paint on there. The paint prevents the air from getting to it and allows it to cure. Okay, so that's why it's blue, not because I like blue. Blue's an okay color, but this is just some blue paint I had that I'm sure I'm not going to spray a car with or anything. It's just a spray can. So I wanted this to stop being tacky and I wanted it to cure fully. So anyways, getting now to the dashboard. This was all done with laminating resin because I had to build up layers. It was also used with laminating gel coat. So I painted in the no wax gel coat first. I let that harden up a little bit, and then I gave it a second coat with a paintbrush, a little small paintbrush, no matter, some cheap. What the heck is it? In fact, there it is right there. Just one of them cheap little wooden ones. You don't want a plastic hair brush, okay, because the resin will probably melt it. So I painted on 2 coats of gel coat, let that dry. Then, because there's no wax, the next layer being fiberglass will stick. So I put in 2-3 layers of fiberglass on here and let that stick and harden. Now, when I painted the resin, when I painted the gel coat, it kind of dripped over the edge a little bit here. And I pretty much knocked it off. There's a piece right there. But what I had to knock it off because what happens is when you paint it and it drips over the edge and hardens, it'll prevent the dashboard from coming off the mold. So I had to go around and make sure there wasn't any big pieces that had dripped over so it would release. And I didn't have any plastic wedges, so I just used little screwdrivers and very carefully I wedged it in between the mold and the dashboard, which is why with that method. That's why I had this edge here. It goes all the way around. It's not part of the dash. This will be cut off. But this is where you put the wedges to try to break it away. And if you scratch this up, that's okay. It doesn't matter. It's getting cut off anyways. Because right here is the edge of the dashboard. You don't want to put any wedges in that. You want to scratch it up. You'll have to fix it. Okay? So, that's what I did. I went around and I did the wedges, or the screwdrivers acting as wedges. And I'm going to lift this up and put this out of the way. I'm trying to do this with one hand here. Okay, put the mold on the floor out of the way. And here's the dash. And there's the new dash. Flip it around so you can see it better. And there it is. Not bad. There's the indentations for the flathead screws to hold it to the dash. It came out pretty good. Now we'll just we'll cut off the lip. Comes right around here. Cut that all off. Sand it. Smooth. Throw some primer on here. Sand that. Paint it. You know. Cut the holes in here. Put the gauges in. It's gonna be cool. Now this dash here, I don't know if I'll sell this one or and make another one for me. But yeah, I was just thinking of, you know, making some extra cash. Somebody wants a dash for their hot rod or rat rod or whatever. I gotta go pick up some more gel coat today and some fiberglass. Because on mine, I'm gonna have to cut it. I don't know if I'm gonna cut it right in the middle or over here, because this is kind of a neat molding, and if I cut it, it's going to look kind of weird. So I may have to cut it here and make it a little wider, and cut it the same spot over here and make it a little wider so it looks even. Because I got to make this wider, because when I made the body of the car wider, now I got to make the dash wider. Just like over here, there's the windshield frame that I had to make wider because the car is wider. So my spray guns, my little paint booth here is part of the roll bar, the back pieces. So this is it. It came out pretty good. So I guess if anybody wants a dash or is looking for a dash, you know, get a hold of me and you know, I can make one up for you. Send me some money, I'll make one up for you and ship it off to you. Alright. There it is. Awesome.